Yes, sir. We back once again. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Good evening. Let everybody come into the chat. We also have a very, very special guest on the way up as well. Can't even really call that guest, but we're gonna talk about some stuff. We got y'all. So that everybody know that we in the building right now. Okay. Okay. Oh, this woman is too fast, man. I didn't even get an intro in. You sit your ass in the lobby, man. I ain't even. I'm still sending the tweet out. I wish the battlers was like you. You know what? Fuck it. Bring my homie. This is my partner. You don't need to make her
He
win.
does this,
I wish the battlers was like you, man. We would be able to have our fast events run even faster.
listen, I be trying to get. That's why these bricks, and that's I be trying.
Go ahead and talk to the people that's coming in while I'm getting this little tweet out. Go ahead.
All right. Let me look at these comments here. We come from the media, the media grind. What's good? Let's see. All right, I don't be knowing the followers. Make sure. Listen. After A and R, A and R, ARP and I go down the list of everything. Y'all, I need y'all to go ahead and go over to the Breakdown Crew. That's actually my podcast. And subscribe, please. Lawrence and I are doing something really, really dope. We're gonna do a giveaway. And so we're gonna do trivia over there. I'm gonna do like a random picking of new subscribers. And y'all gotta be cam ready though, because we're gonna have you come up on the show. We're gonna give you about 6 to 10 trivia questions about RBE, and we're giving away 3 pay-per-views. Shout out to Easy the Block Captain. We're gonna go ahead and give you three pay-per-views to the Trenches card. Um,
Mm,
Easy supported the bricks a lot when we first started. Like he really supported. He bought a table when we were in PA for one of the events. So that's what we decided to go ahead and do. But
that's dope. That's dope.
yeah, so y'all make sure if that's what y'all want, definitely go over and subscribe. It's the breakdown.
I'm just here, y'all. This is my first time hearing this with y'all. Like I'm just here. I didn't know nothing. Listen, I'm getting put on. I'm catching up. You said Lawrence got something. Lawrence is gonna be on camera with you,
You
because
know,
Lawrence don't be on camera like that.
he is not. I get delegated to do everything. So
All right,
that's what he came to me with and was like, okay, so you need to do whatever you're gonna do to give the tickets away. And I'm like, Lawrence, I got a whole. What are you talking about? He's like, just figure it out. Just let them know. I'll hit up direct and I'll take care of that part. You just go ahead and give the tickets away. So
and
that's what we're doing.
shout out to the Trenches card. It's got a lot of promotion right now, good or bad. I'm glad everybody's tuned in. I've been saying for years now, the culture needs different options, different ideas, different creativity, different types of owners. Everybody brings something different to the table, and now Easy's in the mix, so it's dope to see him in the mix. I think we also continue to see the emergence of bags and bodies, so more battlers continue to get back into the space is dope. We had Arsenal do it, we had Big Cannon and Miss Gracie do it, we had John still doing it. We've seen battlers get into the space, but seeing Hitman now continue to do that, Easy jumping into the mix is dope because they're always going to have a different perspective than the league owners that would never battle rappers like myself. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, we are supporting Easy the Block Captain, everything that he's got going on because he brings a lot to the game. Wayne and them's giving away free pay-per-views. Y'all make sure y'all stay in tune, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Save that money, get it for free. Why not? Get it for
Absolutely.
free via a giveaway. Okay.
A giveaway.
Got dummy proof shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Get it for free
Common
via
sense
a
ain't
giveaway.
common. Common sense is not common.
Oh
So,
my goodness. So
unfortunately.
all
Um,
right.
yeah.
Let's get into that. What's up, girl?
Nothing.
How
Trying to
you
get
feeling?
this weekend together.
You feeling the pressure a little bit?
Never.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, all right. Cause event. Well, maybe it's just an RBE thing. Maybe people over here is just the amount of experience that continues to grow over here. So if you feel no pressure, that's more power to you
I
because
feel
I don't know what y'all got going on right now. I just see a lot of work.
the
I just see
only
a lot of
pressure
work.
I ever feel is just making sure everything goes down the way it needs to.
Yeah.
That's learning from you. But the thing about it is, I guess when y'all blessed me with the opportunity to begin with, a lot of people don't even understand that I've been knowing y'all. Well, you more so because I met you first since you started.
Yeah.
So what,
I
10 years?
I had no clue that we would be on the same team in the same company, partnered. I had no clue. When I
Correct.
was on your podcast and your show doing, that was just
No,
us
but
rocking.
remember,
I
I met you first when you came on to Angry Fan, and
that
that's the
too.
first time we
Even
met.
that, yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
always white because I'm a business major. And now for coming in with caps, it was kind of like, of course, he was a shot. We all they always called us the Howard Stern and Robin of battle rap, only because I was always the more I had the sophisticated approach to battle rap, and he was, how he do shit. But it for me, it was always the business aspect. And when you decided to start doing events, and then when we spoke with you that one day, I was like, finally somebody gets it, because I have been saying it for so long when we would do shows, like the analytical side, and then the just really, I just could not get the concept of business being done without contracts, and doing your due diligence as the battler, making sure that shit is the way it's supposed to go, and that
Yeah,
handshake
it's
thing,
it's
I
it's
just
it's been
didn't
a tough road.
understand. So when you came in, it was like, you know what, I need to look more. So I always mirrored what y'all did. Battle rap,
I appreciate that. That's dope.
you know what I mean? I was never one sided with battle rap. And I think everybody knew that when I came to battle rap, regardless of the reasons why, it was not just one sided. I watched everything. So with RBE, it's kind of it encompasses everything. So and it was always a different feel for every situation, every league. And I just, when y'all hit Atlanta, it was like, shit, here I right down the road, I'll be there. Yeah. So
That's
it just
dope.
mirroring how y'all always worked. It was so stealth. I would be sitting there telling different people like, they glide. Shata be over here like this, in waiting on the side. You'll see Shata every time over by at a music room, over by the DJ booth side, but he just kind of looking around. But when it's time to do stuff is already done. It looked like y'all ain't moved.
Yeah, yeah.
You're running around frantic.
It's been a grind. It's been a grind, and that whole professionalizing things or whatever. I'm glad that I feel like we brought a good presence when we came almost 10 years ago now.
Absolutely.
It's still an uphill battle because there's a bad precedence that's set from certain people, and certain battlers will never get it, certain battlers won't grow to it, and certain battlers just aren't cut for it. I
Mm,
literally yesterday had an argument with somebody that owes me money and still wants to argue about how they can be in the right. It's just like, dude, you miss your battle. Like, you're not that. Like, what are we even arguing right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, so fast forward, even yesterday I'm still having these conversations with people. But let's stay on the positive side of things. All right.
absolutely.
I want to get into the first topic that's in this title.
Okay.
Um how to get on Rare Breed Entertainment. Now, Rare Breed Entertainment, we've had different types of ways where people have come into RBE. I could have seen you, Lawrence could have seen you, Wayne could have seen you, Shata could have had a matchup idea in his mind once upon a time. Could have been footage, could have been a DM. It's come from all over the place. We've been very, very flexible up until a point. I want to say probably about 3 years ago, we got a little bit more formalized, and then by the time Lawrence and Wayne created this whole nother sub building to RBE, this whole brick thing that whatever they did over there, this whole second company that they got going on now, things got a lot more streamlined, a lot more process baked. All right. I don't want to come off the wrong way, people. I am no longer a gatekeeper for new talent to come into RBE. You just don't get onto RBE by speaking to ARP anymore.
At all.
And I still get those tweets and I still get those DMs and I try to redirect as much as I can. But you have to go through Lawrence and Winged. So we have one of the more vocal pieces of that right here with us. Wayne, can you explain to the people what you're looking for, what the process is, what your expectation is? How does a casual battle rapper that's just out there looking to get on RBE platform do so?
All right. So I'm asking that everybody. Now, here's the thing, because
Shout out to
Lawrence.
Muggy.
Oh, shout out to Muggy. Definitely. I see you. Make sure I'm gonna make sure I promote that as well. But I need you to. Well, hold on. Did you say brick process or you said intake?
Oh shit. So there's different avenues.
I
All
have
right.
to think
So
about that. Hold on.
yeah, let's start from general. Like generally, because it's you can't DM ARP or Shata or any, you can't do that. Like
Right.
that's ended a while ago.
Right.
You have to get in through the gatekeepers onto RBE or Winged and Lawrence. So let's hear about the general process, and then if there's also other avenues as it relates to the brick by brick process with the seasons, as well as the intake series, which is now, I see you guys got part 2 coming up Saturday, and part 3 is already being promoted in June. I see the flyer out already. I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing? But we could do all 3. So let's speak about in general first.
Okay, so in general, we have taken the intake, the brick by brick process and kind of put it on steroids. So shout out to brick by brick process. But with the 1SKs, ARP said it's always original. We gotta continue to bring that new talent in. So what it was your fault, really. This is you're to blame for this. Last year, remember when we all was having that conversation and you were like, hey, if you can do this, you can do that. And I asked you, hey, did it have to be in Atlanta? You said no. So this is your fault, people. Anyway, so what we've done is we've allowed a situation to where we can do 1SKs in bulk. We're always kind of we condensed to maybe 3 battles, 3 1SKs, but there's so much talent out there. There really is. So we decided, you know what? After the idea was brought up, my wheels started spinning, and it was like, hey, you know what? I'm here in Virginia, so I can go ahead and really I don't mind. I can do an event all day. Like I love the new talent. And I just don't feel like they get enough. You know, they work to a certain degree and sometimes they're never seen. So I figured, let's do the intake. It'll be easier to do with the support from you and Lawrence.
To cut in real quick, when you said that, you want to know what's so dope about what you just said? And real big credit to you and Lawrence there, because if we look at like a bulk of the RBE building, a lot of the classic events that we've done, a bulk of it was in New York, right? We're New York based for most of RBE's tenor so far.
Right.
And we still kept that precedence ever since we created the 1SKs of putting at least one 1SK battle on every single card.
Yeah.
But you have 1SK stars or potential stars and talent that at the time that we were doing that, we just didn't have a development process in place that was so structured like this to continue. For example, Remedy Loco battled in New York in Club Drum. Hayes the Gift, I believe, battled in Club Drum in New York. Easy to Block Captain battled in Club Drum in New York. These are all 1SKs.
Yeah.
And we didn't have that structure back then. So what Winged is saying now, it's in place, people. So the 1SKs in bulk and now the dedicated cards. So before we talk about the dedicated cards, like the brick by brick seasons, and then we get into the intakes, I want to ask you this first.
Okay.
What are you looking for in general? And how does that communication happen? How do I get to Winged and have some type of presentation that's going to land me in a 1SK battle, whether I get put on a card with Mook versus fucking Big K, whether it's just a general card, whether it's an intake card, whether it's a brick by brick card. What are these people looking for, these RBE people, and how do I get that to them in the first place?
Okay, so I have asked that everyone sends one battle. Please don't inundate me with a whole bunch of battles. That's what you was waiting for. That's exactly what you was waiting for, because I know you be seeing my tweets. Just one battle, people. And let me explain why. Because
now send to you.
To me. Send it to me
Where's the best place to
on
send?
Instagram. I'm housing
Okay.
everything on
Okay.
Instagram. So
Okay.
um
Your DMs must be
Instagram,
crazy.
it
Damn.
that's okay though. That's okay. And understand, look, you just said something. Understand that yes, my DM is going crazy right now. But it's easier for me to do it that way because the way I mean it doesn't I don't do a whole lot of I only use my Instagram for promoting. So you don't get a lot of traffic there. Anything that's there is battle related. I don't follow everybody back, so please don't be insulted because I'm not it because I don't follow you back. I try to keep everything housed a certain way. So understand that one battle, and I need that battle to be your best performance. That best performance doesn't always mean with a mid tier, top tier, or something like that.
Mm.
Understand that.
We're looking at you. Period. It's not about. Don't try to get Wings' attention with the person that you battled.
Thank you. Don't do it
Ah,
with a brick. And then
smart.
I look at the date of that battle, and then I realize, oh, that battle was 5 months ago, but you have one that's a month or 2 months before or
So
after.
when you want to see the more current stuff, is that because you're looking to see the energy around them at that time and how the fans are talking about them at that time?
Well, see, no, no, no. It depends. It really depends because what I'm going to essentially end up doing is starting from when you started, going back to when you started, from when that battle you sent me and to the most recent I can see, if that's not the most recent. So I
Okay.
may double it back or whatever. I'm looking for progression. I'm looking
Mm.
for how you've grown. I go to your Facebook, your Instagram. I'm going to your Twitter, your basic promo, or you know what I mean, your basic social media presences to see who you are. Because at the end of the day, I keep telling people this. If I see that you're promoting everybody else's stuff, you don't promote yourself, why would I bring you over here? Because RBE, we are big on promotion. So why would I bring you over here, get you all suited and booted and ready for the game? You get through the intake or get through the brick process, and you're there to see RB or ARP, and ARP sees you for the first time, and he's loving what he's seeing. We get you in that 3 round. We do all these different things, and then you get to the big show and you can't produce. All you can do is rap.
Got you. Yeah, and we've been saying for years that being a star, being a standout is more than rapping because this is the entertainment industry. I mean, same thing in Hollywood, same thing in the music industry, same thing in battle rap. We're all industries, we're all entertainment. People click play of what entertains them, period.
Right.
All right, so let me ask you this, and that was a dope breakdown. And getting to you on your IG, I think people heard that loud and clear. If I
Wings,
was a if I
underscore.
was a battle rapper, I'd be like, damn, I'm tossing my pitch in. You know what I'm saying? Like my DMing. So let me ask you this, because we respect that if that's how you're operating, and that's obviously you guys have been bringing a lot of new talent in, and you guys got all these flooded cards lately. Got one coming up Saturday, so you obviously are going through your damn DMs. But
Obviously.
can you catch people just off of their buzz? Can there be somebody out there, like let's just say hypothetically on Trap House or whatever, and
Mhm.
you just hear something and you turn your head, or have you ever caught a clip on Twitter, or somebody put a bug in your ear, you turned around and said, let me check them out, and then you reached out to them because they fell on your radar before they ended up reaching out to you? Has that ever happened? Can that happen?
I'm going to tell you why I don't do that. Now, that doesn't mean that I won't, but
Okay.
I'm going to tell you currently why I don't, because I hear that a lot. Oh, Wayne, you need to holler at this person because they're buzzing and they're this and they're that. We have started we're put it like this. We're 2 years almost in August between the bricks and now we're reinventing the wheel. I feel as though the buzz has been so big with the bricks and now the intake, if that person who's buzzing has not thought to let me try my hand with RBE, that may not be what they want. I
Okay.
believe that if you're going to come here and do the intake or do, in the bricks, it's a commitment to do this. Because it's so structured. I only want people who choose RBE,
That's
if
dope.
that makes any
That's dope.
sense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you want the
So,
people that choose RB. And you
right.
know what I caught too that I forgot to give you and Lawrence y'all flowers for, and you as well? Because
Mhm.
Lawrence came in early in the video, and when you came in, I was proud. That damn documentary. That documentary. Like I was just like, okay, oh wow, they got they remember when I did that and I said that. Oh
Uh-huh.
shit. Oh, and there goes Shata. And then here comes the whole history of Lawrence's entry into the company. And they mentioned Dr. God and all that. Here goes the chapter on Winged later on. Like I was on the phone with Swave yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And he asked me, he said, yo, keep it real. He said, did y'all pay somebody to do that documentary? I said, yo, on
Oh, no.
everything I love. I never spoke to them people. I never met them, nothing. The video was sent to me. I watched it. I paused it like 10 minutes in. I sent it to Shata. We both got chills as we was watching it, spoke to each other on the phone. Then I reached out to him and said, yo, first of all, thank you. Is it possible, even though it's a RBE documentary, I still humbly ask permission. Can we upload this to the RBE channel? Because this is amazing. The backs for somebody, I feel like a lot of leagues deserve documentaries for the work that they put in. But for
Absolutely.
somebody to just do one on you without being asked and just do all that homework and all that history and put in that type of work just random, that's one of the biggest honors I've had. Like it's just
Absolutely.
that was crazy. But the
And
wing chapter was dope. You know what I'm saying? When
I
you came into it.
I really listen. Shout out to Jay at Rap Ready. He's been around for a while. If y'all have not heard of him, go to his channel, subscribe. He has all types of documentaries, breakdowns on battlers. Like he has a really, really dope, and he does. Listen, when I tell you that man does his research. I mean, even with the
Man.
RBE
Yeah.
documentary, that was crazy. I was like, oh, where
Yeah.
did this come from?
Even
Like,
Swave told me the same thing about his pieces in it. He was just like, "Yo, that shit
mhm,
was crazy." And that made him ask me on the yesterday. He's like, "You pay somebody?" But yeah, back to what I was saying about generally now getting onto RBE. Okay, so I Instagram DM for Winged and Lawrence, and especially Winged because she's obviously fronting a lot of this. Lawrence stays a little bit more behind the scenes. So we got it. That doesn't mean folks don't tweet her. That doesn't mean don't try to send clips her way and fall on the radar simply from buzzing. Just in case there's a D, because she's gonna have thousands of DMs. So just in
now
case
hold
there's a
on.
DM that she misses.
You said something.
Go
I
ahead.
don't allow clips. I want the
Oh, okay.
full battle.
Oh
No
no
clips.
no 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 no. No, I got you. I'm with you as far as what you say when people send to you. I
Hmm.
was I was talking about as far as people just doing their own like non RBE stuff out there,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just falling on the radar to any league, which could include RBE. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Just falling on because every once in a blue, I see something and I send it to y'all too.
Yeah.
Every once in a blue, I do that. I'm like, yo, y'all see him? You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's I might see it, and you might think that ARP could make any decision that he wants. I still follow the same protocol. I'll see some shit, and then I'll be like, "Yo, Loris, wait, do you see this person?" You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
You
he
know what I'm
has
saying?
to
I
follow
think
the
that
same
happened. I think
protocol.
that happened with Jers. I
Yep.
think
Yep. And
Jers.
hers
I
was,
I
yep.
saw I saw Jers face to face at Bags and Bodies.
Mhm.
Right. I didn't say, "Oh, yo, you want?" I went to Lawrence and Wing. I said, "Yo, this guy is. Take a look at him. See what y'all think." And next thing I know, Jers was on the card. I didn't book it. I was just like, "Oh, Jers is on the card. That's dope."
And
I didn't
then
know. I didn't know that he was being booked.
found on that story because after you said something about him, I didn't actually go look him up. He had to come to us.
Mm,
Like
okay.
I'm big on
Because you feel like that shows the type of character and wanting to be here because we build a lot of that. That must be a big piece of the brick energy. Then it's like now I understand why you saying that. As far as like, nah, I want you to come to us because it's showing that you really want to be here.
right. It
Got
really
you.
does. It
Okay.
really does.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
not a,
Okay.
I do get the flack for being hard and this and that and the other. Listen, my
You got to be in this type of arena though. So please don't change.
and then I'm a woman. And
Yeah.
then I'm a woman. And y'all know how y'all do in this culture. And yeah, I'm not that. So you can have any perception you want. But I would say leave that perception at home because whatever perception you have. And then when you do encounter with me, and it's kind of like your egos are bruised or whatever, because you see that I'm a little more stern than what you expected, I don't want to hurt your feelings that way, because I take a lot of pride in what I do. I respect what ARP and Shata, Lawrence, Dap the God, and like I respect what they do. And the problem in battle rap is a lot of people act like they don't have home training, or they've never been a real adult outside of life to understand that we have moral structure, etiquette, integrity. A lot of these things they do for show. I'm not a do for show person. So
Don't give them too much. So the reason why I gotta cut you off there is because they be wondering like, yo, why it be different over there? Why the events? Why the vibe
you're
and all that?
right. You're right.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much. Don't give them
They
too
need to
much.
be told, not
You want
told.
people figuring out why we are who we are.
You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yes, that's where
All
you go
right.
to on IG. It is winged truth underscore the breakdown crew, or the breakdown.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, the breakdown. That's
Gotcha.
where, please just send them there. I would prefer for the artist to do that. However, if the artist doesn't know how, it's okay for management or league owners to mention. But once you make that initial contact, I do need the battler to make that contact, because I don't want
And
anybody to be overlooked. But at the same time, there is a protocol, and I try to stay as close to that as possible.
okay, and before we jump to this next point, y'all, in every description for all of our videos since Winged has joined RBE, so it's going to be at least a year back of videos. It's our default upload settings. If you look in the description, you will find the Instagrams of most of us that are fronting interactions, and Wing's Instagram and Twitter is there. All right. So no excuses for why you can't find it. It's in this live video right here. All right. All right, y'all. So all right, let me jump to this now. And shout out to Theron Jones. Great work this year. ARP, big fan of RBE. Thank you for that. We really appreciate y'all. And make sure y'all tune in tomorrow, because Big K versus Murder Mook is dropping on the channel, and it will feature new angles and new footage from Runya Day that was not on the VOD. I watched it about 4 or 5 times. It looks amazing. So tune in tomorrow, y'all, 7 p.m. Eastern for Murder
Everybody
Mook
wants that
versus
blue room.
Big K.
Everybody wants that blue room.
Yeah, it's about to get ugly tomorrow night. All right, so let's talk about brick by brick now. What is that as far as like the series, the process? After you see my DM, if you're interested in me, what's the difference between intake and brick? You could do them both at the same time if you
Yeah,
want. What's the
that's what I
difference
was gonna
between the
say.
two? How do
You
they
jumping
go?
ahead.
What do they mean for me? I'm a battle rapper. You got my DM, you saw my video, you rock with it. Now what?
Okay. So, like with anything you build, there's going to always be having to tweak and, redo, whatever you want to call it. Well, let me say this. Brick by Brick started because of y'all. You know what I mean? That was
Smash
like,
that logo, turn to a series.
yeah, it was befitting. Why not? Like, everything that this brick by brick process is indicative of what y'all have done. You know what I mean? The people you are. So that's why, for me, that's Lawrence and I was like, well, what should we name it? I'm like, come on. And I think Rosenberg had said something to you. I can't remember. It was a phone call that you and Rose had. And then when Lawrence and I was like, I mean, brick by brick, why not? So shout out to Rose too, because like that was all. And then them, Rose, Jims, Jay Murder, Show Off, the old cloth that came in that were considered rejects because they chose, there's that word again, RBE, or chose their careers and wanted to take a new path. That's what this process was. You know what I mean? That's what it, when it was started. That's all those things is what I thought about. The battlers, even just handpicking of the battlers, grandfathering 1SK battlers from, like you said, Remedy and different battlers that had battled in the 1SKs beforehand. And that was something Lawrence was like, if we had to grandfather 5 in, who would be the 5? I want you to go back to all the 1SKs and you tell me the 5 that you would bring back. Remedy was somebody who I always felt Just not even knowing him from RBE, but him on URL in different places. Um, but I felt like he had a certain type of talent where it was it really wasn't being cultivated.
Cultivated.
So um Lawrence I had already had my list. Lawrence called me and was like, yeah, I'm thinking I want to bring back Remedy. I said, you're late. I already did the list. He's like, well, who you got? And I told him, he was like, Wayne, I kind of, so you don't think this person, no. If we look at this list of the 5 right now, at least, I think we can go with the 5 to grandfather in. So that's kind of how we did that. But like I said, Remedy, that was I think he had reached out to Lawrence he said had a phone call with you that he told me about, that he was just like, that sometimes the up and comers, they don't understand the business aspect of things. And so that was kind of the conversation that y'all had. And at the time where RBE was, it was, this is what we're focusing on. And you and I had a conversation about something similar. So it was all encompassed. So it was just like, you know what? If I can develop this process and say, we can do this, Lawrence, we can do that, Lawrence. How do we get it formulated? Let's test this out that first year. We brought a few more 1SKs through, and that's how we started.
And the Brick by Brick was born. Dope.
And it was born.
And Brick by Brick was born. Okay, so here I am now. You got my DM, you got my footage, you rocking with me. Do I go into the intakes or do I go into the Brick by Brick
Oh
seasons?
no, you
What
going to
happens? What
the
happens?
intake now. You going to the intake now. So let's get
Okay.
there.
Okay.
After reinventing, the first year
Not
was
even reinventing, evolving.
evolving.
Because nothing was wrong with the original.
Uh,
Y'all had last year on fire. When I
we
behind the
did.
scenes, were there tweaks that you guys made that you improved? I'm sure. But
Okay.
remember,
So
remember, you told me people was
early,
calling around saying, "Yo, how did they do that?" You know what I'm saying?
hey,
So
we did our job.
evolution,
We did our job.
evolution, evolution.
Evolution. So I will
Yeah.
call it evolution.
So
And
intakes first
internally,
now.
internally, I'll call it something else. But it was a lot of, like I said, a lot of tweaks, a lot of making it better. Um, what you told me as far as this process, exclusive. It has to be exclusive, Wayne. It has to be this. It has to be that. I thought about that. All right. Well, how do you make it more exclusive? Because now the bricks, everybody wants to be a brick. Everybody's not a brick. Not by what it's based off of. Everybody's not a brick. So how do you have people who come in with the fact that they just want to belong? They have no actual plan of what they want to do here, although the criteria and the protocol is being told to you from the beginning. You're just happy to be here. You know what I mean? No, we cut that out. Plus, obviously we did a good job because you signed damn near all of them. So
Yeah, I just set a strong foundation for that
right,
launch that launch that happened last year.
that was
So
really good. So now we had to up the ante. So
okay.
now it's, you know what I mean? Now it's
So what makes the intakes different, or what makes that part of the process? What does that mean?
it's more
That
like
okay, I get this call or this DM back from Wing now and says, I want to offer you an intake battle in June. What does that mean
a
for me
call
now?
from me. You hit me up and then we talk about it. But anyway,
Absolutely, got you, got you. So what does that mean
so
for me now
now
as a battler?
with the intake, you have to fight to get to the bricks now. I've heard whispers about, why doesn't RBE do a tournament? Why don't they do? Well, here's our tournament. The intake is more based on a tournament type of thing. So you have 4 intakes, a total of 96 men and women, because I welcome women too. 4 intakes, a total of 96 battlers trying to get to the bricks.
Damn.
However, you have footage that you would never get. You have battles, and I'm gonna always throw little stuff at you, always, to make sure that we continue to level you up, to make sure, and then you're also being cultivated. So there are elements of the brick process that I did add into the intake, because I feel like they need to. I need them to have the sense of unity to understand, because if you become a brick, you need to know these things anyway. So I want them to have a sense of unity. I want them to have a sense of being proud that you're a part of something where this team is this way. We're going to always put the machine behind you, but these are the things that we expect.
Dope.
You're
Dope.
getting the footage. Avocado, ruin your day. Shout out to all of them, and RIP the band, of course. And I'm this is that. We'll come back to that. But anyway, yeah, Ben and Phil filmed our first one.
Rest in peace, Ben.
And when I tell you ARP, some of the guys, it was kind of crazy, and I keep learning things myself. Some of them really didn't even understand what it looks like to be filmed in front of professionals.
Mm.
And that's no slight to anybody's league that does their own filming, but the guys needed to be there as usual a little earlier. They're doing the pictures with them, the rollout pictures, the different things for
The slow
trailers.
motion footage and
Right. And they had
yeah.
never had that before. They didn't
But
even
but
lie.
but that but that's one thing that I want to make sure that is clear. Shout out to everybody that's being booked through the intake cards, the intake series. Once again, part 2 is this Saturday. Part 3 is in June. And you can go from there into the next step.
Mhm.
But even if you don't, you will 99.9% of the time get your Ruin Your Day produced footage uploaded to the Rare Breed Entertainment channel to live online forever. That'll be
And
part of your legacy. That'll be part of your resume. That'll be part of your work, your grind. You
that
know,
part.
you've reached certain areas, you've done certain things, you stood in front of certain cameras and certain levels of production. Um, so I think that there's, even if you don't move to the next step, even if you don't have the greatest performance, right? You still get something out of it. You
Right.
still get that footage, that top notch quality footage uploaded to one of the biggest battle rap channels in the world. So shout out to you if you've made the
And
intakes.
you get some game. You get some game. Let's
You
not
get you
forget
get
about
some
that.
game. You get the
Definitely.
experience. You get all of that. Now
Yeah,
now now.
I have a team that works with our podcast, that I bring my team in for promotional videos, flyers. You have EJ from Wave Gang, you have
So you
Mr.
get that
514.
promotional effort behind
Right.
you
Like
too.
you have all of that. However, with the intake, we want them to be able to learn how to do things themselves too. So because you're a band of brothers or sisters, they have to understand. Again, I run it. That military part that is in me. It's, if one falls, you all fall. If one fall, you got to pick them up, or need this or need that, because at the end of the day, you are fighting for the same thing, but you also have to find that competition in it too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's
I
kind of
got you.
like we band together, but I may have to smoke you. I
we,
like
well, we, well, we
those.
just well we just did Coach and Pain, so and there's been a lot of battles like that has come through
Coach
RBE
and
where
Pain,
people
y'all.
that
You know,
the ultimate one to me is Daylight versus Oops. So y'all don't ever got to question our resume about putting friends in front of each other. We generate classics from that.
I mean, but don't you feel as though that's the hardest thing, especially with the bricks? I mean, Daylight and Oops definitely, but now that we have more of a centered situation where they came up together, they had to
Yeah.
do this together, and then to put them to against each other, what it's hard to write for
Nah,
somebody
nah,
that you,
I understand, but we all for those challenges. Hey, Danny Myers
yes,
and Chiller, what y'all got? Big Ken and JC, what y'all got? Daylight Oops, what y'all got? Coach and Pain, what y'all got? We does that shit. But let me ask you two things based on what you just said. First, let me make a comment. I think it's dope that you have a whole promotional area as well dedicated to the bricks and the intakes and all that. I'll be honest with you. You can text me the flyer. I could put it on my Instagram and I could look at those names and I could have never seen those names before. I could have no clue who 90% of that card is. But as the promotion starts rolling out, I'm getting ads and I'm only watching certain. I don't spend time like that on Twitter and I don't click people. I don't know. I don't got time for it.
right,
The reason why I be clicking play on certain of them clips because I see the intake flyer witness. I'm like, oh, he's on the card. That's the face to the name. Let me see him. Oh, this is what he's gonna be bringing Saturday.
Mhm.
So and then I start retweeting it or whatever. Like I wouldn't be seeing or following or taking note of some of these people unless they were part of your whole intake rollout, to be honest. So people, when you're on social media, and I've learned this for myself as well, never ever take for granted the eyes that are on you ever. Like the first wave of celebrities that started saying my name or following me, I was astonished. And then I grew into it, I realized like, no, YouTube is TV.
Mhm.
This is how it goes. Coach Coleon ended up on Bags and Bodies simply because he just tweeted a clip of one of his battles, a bar that he landed. I put the fire emojis on top of it, and because Hitman follows me, he says, "Who is ARP putting these fire emojis on top of?" And he clicked play on the link, and he said, "What the fuck?" And he called me immediately. He said, "Who is that you just put the fire emojis on?" I said, "Oh, that's my guy, Coach Coleon, that came through the bricks."
Yeah, Hitman, I
That
told
really is what happened.
you. Right. Let me tell you, Hitman, I told you. You get 30, I get 70% custody. Okay. I already
Oh,
told
of
you.
coach, of coach.
Yes. When he battled B Magic, he was standing next to me. He was like, "Yeah, that's Bags and Body Shop." I look around and said, "Oh no, that's brick shit. Sorry, we're not gonna
but
do
but
that.
but you
We're not gonna do that."
want to know why it's still always going to be the same umbrella? Because Holla walks around saying that he has stock in RBE, right? So it really all meshes together regardless, right? So
Right.
it's all under the same
But let me
umbrellas. It's
say this
just
about Coach.
Holla got the bags and bodies thing going on too. So
It's funny that you mentioned that with Coach, and and it being synonymous as far as the whole promotion thing. That's
yeah.
something else that they learned. Coach will tell you. Coach. That's Coach's biggest thing is trust Wings. She knows what she's doing. Coach was one of when we first started. He was one of the top 5 in terms of faces for the bricks, but Coach was quiet. I know some of y'all may not believe that now, but Coach, seriously, Coach was quiet. He had to find what worked for him. And it's so like I sit back and I'm so proud of him because it was like, okay, you got to do this with your Twitter. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to
He's
know.
one of my favorite people to follow on Twitter.
Listen, you know, listen. He is. I just look sometime and I'm like, wow, like it's crazy to me because Wayne, I don't really do all that on social media. I said, Coach, you don't have to just listen. You do what works for you. The talent was there,
Yeah.
but that social media presence was not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to see where he is now with it and just how he's blossomed, like he kind of shot up the middle and just blew up. It was so dope to see that. So, like I
Yeah.
said, those are things that
And the
they're
conversations that I have, only if I don't always tell the bricks, even some of the vets, some of the conversations that I have.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like people just get those calls out of nowhere. Yo, Big K, Murder Mook, what? Yo, Verb Mook, what? You know what I'm saying? I'll do that shit to fucking show off. I did it to gyms. What? Huh? Like, because you'd be surprised how many people call for y'all. So I think doubling back to closing that out, what I was saying about never underestimate the eyes that are on you guys when you guys are on social media promoting, when you're adding us, when you're part of the intake rollout and all that type of stuff. Take advantage of even those extra eyes as well, because it's all part of this. Of what you've earned and which get from this process anything that you can, whether you move to the next card or not. Even if you don't, on the rollout, get your new followers, get in front of Wayne, get in front of Lawrence, get in front of new fans, get in front of ARP, let ARP retweet you to his fans, all that type of stuff. Get on this footage shot by Ruin Your Day, get uploaded to the RBE channel. Then even if you fucking have a fallout with Rare Breed Entertainment and you hate us, you took something with you. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? You got something out of the whole thing.
Yes.
So let me say this now. Speaking of the intakes, the
Mhm.
last card that we just did, people said that it was disguised as Max Out 3. It's definitely gonna hold up there as one of the biggest cards of the year. We
Right.
successfully pulled off 11 crazy battles
Yes.
without a hitch,
Yes.
with a mega main event and then a star-studded lineup, including bricks. But what opened up the show was two people that came from the prior intake card that was like a month prior. Please speak on how something like that happens.
All right. So in the intake, again, this is what I mean by having different incentives when you're.
And drop their names. They deserve it.
Oh, I'm going to definitely. I couldn't wait. to get them in front of y'all. Because I wish that you could have been there because you would have been, yeah, I already know. Anyway, Profilini, who's actually been around for a little while, but Profilini and K Venom, who is a newer talent, they Profilini battled Preem, who's from Richmond, Virginia, and K Venom battled I Am Spoken. And the judge, let me say that too. All intakes are judged. All of them are judged.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they are all judged. I do not make that decision, and thank God I did not have to make that decision the first
This is
go
my first
around.
time knowing that. I did not know that the
Yes,
intake
they
was
are
judged.
all
Okay, that's
judged.
dope.
Yes,
That's dope.
yes.
Wow, that's
I told
dope.
you this is a true. It's a fight.
Yo,
It's a tournament.
Wayne Lawrence, ruin your day. Can we start getting some of the judging footage in the battles, please? But
Oh,
continue. But
sure.
continue. Continue.
This,
I didn't
hey,
know that.
everything,
That's dope.
baby steps, baby steps.
I
I was
got you.
just the energy.
Well, Saturday is 2 days away. So hey,
Yes, we
shoot
will
some judging
definitely.
footage, please.
Yes, we will definitely. This one is going to be a little bit bigger because now we done added the bricks onto the card too. So
Oh, we'll
we'll
get there.
get to
We'll get
that.
there. We'll
But
get
anyway,
there. All right.
they are all judged.
So
Um,
these two guys that
added,
ended up on this mega event.
right. We added performers of the night. There would be two. And I thought, you know what? This is going to be, I was talking to Lawrence about it. I said, while we are doing all this searching for newer talent, as far as for 1SKs for the stage, why not use the 1SKs that we have? It gives them that extra benefit, that extra exposure. If they got performer, it didn't necessarily mean that they may make it through all the other phases. Or like when I had a discussion about it, what if y'all do like them and want to pull them out? You know what I mean? All of these things are incentives for this program because it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go all the way through. You can be a Profilini and a K Venom who Lawrence is like, I don't need to see nothing else. I want them in the bricks.
And let me add to this, y'all. So I'm fully aware of these two folks now. My first time hearing them or knowing who they are was them getting added to Divide and Conquer Part 2. Wayne and Lawrence sent them over, and at first I was like, "Yo, we got." I'm keeping it real, right? Wasn't we texting like this? All
Yeah.
10 battles was out. They told me like, "No, these two people's on the card too." I said, "Whoa, what? We got 10 battles. We already are gonna go through hell and back." Delivering this on this stream, we gotta, we try to run fast events. Another battle, and then I just like, all right, y'all, Jesus, like, and then the 11th battle. But fast forward, I like Profilini a lot. I started watching his interviews now. Like, I think it was either 15 Minutes of Fame or Hip Hop is Real. Shout out to those two guys. He did like a pre-battle interview. I watched it. I like his energy so far. I kind of like the way he's carrying himself so far. I want to continue to see more from him. I'm going to be watching every battle that he does now on and off
That's my
RBE.
biggest thing. We had a long and now let me kind of explain that a little bit more too with intakes. You asked, you want doubling back to what are we looking for? That's the other thing. And that's why I say you have to choose to be here because a person like Profilini has been around for a while, has done a lot. I don't feel comfortable asking somebody like him to do an intake, not to downplay it, but at the same time, I just feel like you have to want to do that because it's not the most glamorous thing. You see what I'm saying? There's no names in this process that to build your profile on other than your work. That's it. You see what I'm saying? So for him to hit me up about it, and I explained to him, hey, like I just said, this is not the most glamorous process, but at the same time, you do what you need to do, and I guarantee you will benefit from it, whether it be advancing or whatever. You will get
One
a
way or
benefit
another.
from this,
Yeah. Now he gained a new fan out of me, and I know I'm just one person, but any battle that he does now, I'm gonna be watching just as a fan. I'm gonna find time to click play on him. And on the other side, K Venom, I was standing off to the side when the event kicked off, and I was just like, let me see who these two guys are that they forced on the card, that they just made the 11th battle. Let me see who What's going on here? Lawrence and Wayne is killing me on this stream, man. We paying for extra time, all this shit. And I'm just like, oh, whoa, these guys going off. And K Venom, you know, and I'll put this out there because he also spoke about him on his own channel.
Mhm,
Daylight. Daylight is one of our goats. Daylight has one of the biggest followings of all battle rappers in the culture.
mhm, mhm.
And soon as the battle was over, when I'm standing there in the building, Daylight texted me and he said, "Yo, K Venom, keep him around. I need to see him on more RBE cards."
Yes.
And I walked up to K Venom and I said, "This is what happens when you perform." And I showed him. And I showed him. I said, "This. Everybody knows what Daylight is, right? This is the type of shit that comes to me just like that. Somebody could text me and say, 'Can I battle him?' Somebody could text me and say, 'Yo, he's nice.' Somebody could, and then Daylight gets on his own channel and starts to promote K Venom. And this is fresh off of the intake X amount of weeks prior.
Yep.
And this is what I mean, that you're gonna gain something no matter what. If for nothing else, at least your footage and your experience and your new exposure and your new following. Additional people following you or knowing who you are now. So
Yep.
you gain from it. You gain from it. And that's why I said before, y'all never take for granted who's watching,
Mhm.
especially when it's on RBE. But anyway, all right.
That part.
So the intakes, very interesting that you guys did that.
Yeah.
But I took that point clear. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just because you do an intake, you're not a brick. So you do an intake battle. Um, how do I become a brick? And I'm not talking about being contracted. I can answer that. I'll answer that piece.
Right.
Okay. How do I become a brick now?
You
And
gotta
what
go.
does it mean if I'm a brick? What
Gotta
is that?
go. You gotta go through the intake.
Okay.
The bricks now. Actually, what I did was I talked to Lawrence about that because while you're waiting to wow ARP enough to get that contract, or in these discussions that we have, we kind of talk about some things, but again, it's not going to be so easy to get there. Do you realize that we have 40 bricks right now?
40?
Yes.
Well, I be
That-
saying I be saying bricks round don't get hit by one. I be tweeting that shit. It is
we
what it
have
is.
40. We have,
40?
yes,
Oh shit.
yes, we have 40. So,
You didn't put out like a public official list, right? I don't know if we want to
no,
do that.
I didn't put out a list. I didn't put
Yeah,
out a
yeah.
list.
I don't think we want to ever publicize like this is exactly what the brick, because you never know if there's any movement or anything. I think if there's 40, that's 40 and it is what it is, and you'll come to know who it is based on them being allowed to rep the way that they rep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
However,
40,
unless you're
Jesus.
contracted, you're never safe.
Okay.
Okay, so the understand that, and the bricks have to understand, which they know me. They know me so well. This intake, they're looking at it, and shout out to, I did not read his name. I'm sorry. Thank you, but you got to understand that everything is kind of a revolving door. You can't get comfortable here. Not when I'm on
Mm.
watch. You cannot get comfortable here. So yeah, the intake is much more than what it's cracked up to be. We have people coming in the door. You may not even have to finish the whole process if we feel like you're that good. But to be a brick, again, I kind of gave you the way we symbolize what a brick is, but that's where you are RBE now. You are RBE.
You
There is
said
a before a official RBE contract, you are one of us at the end of the
so.
day.
One thing that's dope. What you just said.
Mhm,
You said depending on how good you are, you may not even have to complete X amount of process or whatever. I think that's very key for people to understand.
mhm,
I think it's good for RBE to not have some official set process where it's like you have to do this one SK intake battle, then you need to do a no way out, then you need to do a brick by brick, then you need to do a blood, sweat, and tears and prove that you can stand in front of a vet, and then you can get a contract. No, y'all.
right.
No, RBE is going to keep things flexible. If you nice, you nice. That's all the way back to our blood, sweat, and tears concept. If
Absolutely.
you nice, you nice. You know what I'm saying? That's actually no bullshit how blue cocaine ended up on the ladies and gents card,
Hmm.
right? We had one SKs back then, but I saw something and I said, well, we got this ladies and this guys card coming up. Introducing a new fresh lady's face into a card like this at a time like this for us will be dope. And I see those qualities in her. let's just put her right into a 3 rounder.
Right.
Right. And that's why a lot of rumors started about fucking blue cocaine and RBE. It was just like, why is she not a 1SK? It's because exactly what I'm saying right now was exactly the beliefs back then, which is
Right.
we are going to keep flexibility. You come into that intake card and you show that you're the next loaded Lux, I'm going to call one of these veterans for you tomorrow.
Right. Well, see, and let
Period.
me explain the process part of it. The process part of it is only because there are protocols put in place. That's the only reason why. So that people kind of get an understanding that we're not playing no games over here.
Yeah.
There is a standard. You can't just do anything here. There's a standard. You're not gonna have ARP or Lauren saying to me, "Well, okay, Wayne, why is this?" There's a standard, so that's why there is a process. But even like you said, the females, because we do have a female roster, but at the same time, we don't have a lot of females. We have 8. Um, I know that most of y'all see 5, but we have 8 because we have a few that are B1s. But and
They are
that's
moving over there. Jesus Christ. I'm still tripping on you said 40 before. You said there's 40 bricks. I ain't let that go yet, but please
yeah.
continue.
But with the females,
Oh
females come through
shit.
the intake. That doesn't mean that they have to complete the full intake. They
Yeah.
might be able to just go right to the Lady Brick side of things. So yes, the flexibility is gonna always be there. Uncle Rob, when he saw notes, he was like, "Oh, Wing, y'all, I like him. Y'all need to make sure y'all keep him." I'm like, "Hey, he's in the process. Yeah, no, Wing, y'all gotta make sure y'all. Anything can happen. We're always that flexible. We don't want anybody to feel the worst thing I want to do is stagnate somebody's growth when they are a star and y'all see that in them. Oh no, they gotta stay. They need more practice. No. You can tell. You can absolutely tell, the stars from people who need more work. The ones that need more work, you have to be real with yourself. Don't get all flustered about somebody else who's moving on. Like all of those things are in play. All of those things are in play when it comes to this process. Because again, if we see those things, this is not for you. I'm sorry, this is definitely not for you because the backbiting and everything else, when this is your opportunity, this is just as big of an opportunity for you than it is for somebody else. If you don't know how to make it work for you and you're upset because somebody may have gotten on a main stage card as a performer of the night or whatever, what I loved about Intake One, nobody was upset about that. There was
Mm.
absolutely not one complaining person. They felt like, you know what, they deserve that. But it gave them the hope that, you know what, listen, I'm going for that next time. Intake 2 was coming in at that time. Yep, that's what I'm shooting for. It gives them something to work towards. Because again, most of them look at it as, hey, I've been nowhere else and I've been grinding all this time to get to an RBE stage where my battle will more than likely drop if I do the work and I can end up on one of a major card as performer of the night, and nobody knows me. You're on a Mook and Big K card, and people are talking about your battle for real. The media is talking about how great you did on this card. The battlers, the top tier battlers are asking your names. You can't buy that.
Yeah, and for me to add on top of that, y'all, and I thought I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna explain what it takes to be signed because I don't know if I really want to put that on record of fully
No,
put that out there. And plus, it's kind of flexible anyway, right? I don't want y'all to put too much stake in it because there are bricks that aren't signed. And you do not have to be signed to RBE to maximize your matchup opportunities. Let me make that clear. Let me
absolutely.
make that clear, y'all. You could be an unsigned brick and still get a contract, a one-off contract to battle Ill Will or you know what I'm saying, or whoever. Um, but the contracted battle is one thing that I guess I will add for y'all is more of my ideas come into play at that point, right? So if I feel like I think Coach Coleon versus B Magic is a dope battle
Mm-hmm.
that's happening for signed people easily, right? If I'm like, you know what, pain and bad news, or that's gonna happen easily. If I'm like, you know what, caution deserves a pioneer like QB, that's definitely gonna happen with my type of backing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to think that unsigned bricks though won't get matchmaking that's done by me. And even signed contracted bricks doesn't mean that you're not also still going to get ideas and battle matchups that are done by Lawrence and Winged,
Right.
right? There is no, it's not a graduating thing like, oh, now you're up to ARP. It's not like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain people that have gotten to a certain level, they've garnered themselves enough attention, following, they put in enough work where I got a lot of attention on them. That's just by nature of progressing through a company. But that doesn't mean that Wing's not going to call you and say, yo, what's up? You want to do a no way out? And you
Right.
could say yes or you could say no. I didn't. Caution is one of our front running bricks. She's contracted. She signed to RBE. She was one of the early signees to RBE. I did not book her this Saturday to battle. I don't know who Wings, you or Lawrence, one of y'all, I don't know. But at the same time, I could also call caution and be like, yo, what's up? You fucking with Gaddis? Let's
Right.
do this Gaddis battle.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I want y'all to understand that there's flexibility there. I don't want anybody to feel like, if I'm not signed, I don't have this opportunity. The
Right.
same opportunity that could be given to somebody fresh out of an intake can be given to a signed artist as well. I think what counts is just showing the character, showing the talent, showing that you really want to be here, and then maximizing the opportunity.
Right.
That's really all that's important.
But absolutely. And in the bricks, that's the because our I don't want to give too much history away for those since we are doing the giveaway. Actually, some of the questions are about the bricks, so I don't want to give too much of that away. But that's kind of the with the cultivating aspect. Now it goes really fast. Um, I gave myself when Lauren said, "Hey, this is what we're doing." I gave myself 9 months to a year to make something for that first season of the bricks. Um, and so it went kind of fast. Dang, okay, I'm not even
I
gonna
mean,
go
yeah, there's 40 now.
ahead.
The fuck?
In season two, I'll push myself. I'll push myself
Literally
in
40.
season two.
Wow.
I
Go
did push
ahead.
myself in season two. I wanted like different levels of bricks to kind of see for those who may have needed a little more work, a little more cultivating on everything outside because my motto is with intake and the bricks. Um, to be a star, it's 30% rapping. The rapping
Mm.
got you here. The other 70 is the work you put in to stay here.
Oh, you giving up too much game. Don't you do that.
Hey, you know
Let
what?
me figure.
ARP. I said that when I first started this, but everybody's not me. Everybody is not me. So, it is what it is. You can try, knock yourself out.
It is.
Everybody's
It is what it is. But we will be here to work with the people that can really deserve to be here. And if you
right.
deserve to be here, you might deserve to be in a bunch of places. But if you want to be here and you've earned your looks, we're gonna do our best.
That's
And let
absolutely
me just say this before I jump into the last piece that's very important while we got Winged here. We're not perfect. Y'all gonna argue and fuss with me. That's documented. Okay. Y'all gonna argue and fuss with Lawrence. That's probably not documented because he's somewhere in the shadows. Y'all gonna argue and fuss with Winged. Some of that might be documented out there too.
careful.
Right.
Be
None of
careful.
this shit, none of this shit is perfect. We're dealing with there's 40 bricks, as she said, alone. We're dealing with 1,000 different personalities all year long. Please, people, do not feel slighted if you feel like somebody didn't see your footage. Don't feel slighted if you feel like you didn't advance and you did better than the person that did. We're not perfect, but I think you see our dedication to this shit over the last 10 years, and I think we do a pretty decent job. Just please try not to take this shit personal, y'all. We're trying to keep this as professional as possible, and I think that Lawrence and Wing are doing an amazing job. An amazing job. So for them to do any better, I would have to triple the amount of people that's open. I'd have to hire like 3 more Winged, and that's not gonna happen, and 3 more Lawrences, and that's not gonna happen, y'all. So just keep doing what y'all doing out there. And I want to give you and Lawrence a lot of kudos and a lot of credit for what you brought into RBE. It shall be a staple and a big piece of our history. It was put directly into the documentary for a reason, and you guys deserve it. So I want to give y'all flowers there. Real talk. I really appreciate y'all for that.
Can I
Now,
add to that? Hold on, let
go
me
ahead,
add
go ahead, go
because I do get a lot of flack. But let me say this:
ahead. That's part
you
of it.
can feel slighted. You can feel slighted.
Yeah.
As I've told the intake that are coming in, as well as the bricks, that emotional shit online is just ridiculous. When you got to understand, and I'm going to say this in front of ARP. Lawrence is not here, but he can co-sign. Everything that I do, I keep an order. I don't give my personal phone number out. So everything is always in a chat and I screenshot everything because we're not perfect. And I always go to them with screenshots, the conversation. Sometimes I don't because I try to handle it myself. But if I have to, that's always available for them so that they understand why, when, everything.
Okay.
Lastly, you cannot come in here with entitlements using Profilini as one of the examples. He had been grinding and going nowhere. The attitude that you come into this with, you cannot come in here making other people feel less than you and that you don't have to do what is required of you in this process, the procedures of this process, and think that you're getting anywhere. I don't have to deal with it because I do have the bricks and the intake. There's 59 in the intake right now. I am 24 hours a day with them, along with being a mother, and I work. Do not come
Happy
in.
Mother's Day once again, too.
Thank you. Do not come in with your entitlements. Do not come in with, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that and this and that and the third. Don't do it. Because just as well as you got in, I will kick you out. And I don't have to talk to you after that.
Yeah.
Because you were told before you came in. I give everybody the same spiel. So I'm saying I wanted to say that here so it's documented. I do the same thing with everybody that comes in. I'm going to give you the spiel of what we expect. If you are not familiar with what the bricks are doing and you are not familiar of what this intake requires, somebody just sent you over, please let that be known ahead of time. Because when you come in and you sign up for something because you're thinking, oh, it's a great opportunity for me to get footage on RBE, that's when I have to double back. And then you're wondering, oh, what did I do? Well, how did you not know what you didn't do when I told you that this is, I've said it everywhere. We're not having it. You can say, oh, I'm gonna call ARP because he's Mr. Nice Guy. I'm gonna call ARP or I'm gonna hit him in his inbox. I'm gonna hit up Lawrence. Do all of that. And make sure when you do that, I send them the screenshot or whatever you said about how you're so much bigger and better than everybody else. They're not trying to hear that shit because they don't know you. And that's not being
Yeah,
funny.
and my time and my patience. It gets less and less and less over the years, and that's just real life, and that's also me also grooming myself and building up my skin as far as dealing with battle rap. So y'all, wing, and this is me just being real. Let's say hypothetically Winged is 100% wrong. I still entrust Lawrence and Winged to manage what they manage. So I don't have time and I'm not going to try to double back over their decisions of the process that they are grooming and they're working. I don't have the time for it. Will I respect you? Absolutely. Can I respect the situation? Absolutely. Doesn't mean that their decisions are going to be changed or altered by me. I don't have the time for it. They have their division that they've built up and I'm trusting them to it, and they have the power over there. So please don't come to me out, please. It was certain people can, like the sign bricks and all that but they've earned it, and we all peers. And like I said, we all operate. But I ain't no intake gonna call me talk about like, yo, Wing should have picked me. I don't know who you are. Like, I'm sorry, I don't have time for it. All due respect. All right, let me close out like this.
Okay.
Before I let you get out of here, we've continued to say this Saturday, this Saturday, this Saturday. What's the address real quick for the event that's going down this Saturday?
Address,
RBE
and
Intake
I should have
Volume
had
2.
this up. I had to close out my phone because we have an event and my phone has been going off all damn day. Hold on 1 minute. If
I
somebody
got
got
it.
it
It's Charmo Lounge.
charmed.
Oh,
Lounge.
Charmed
Yes.
Lounge, and it's 25 White Creek Road, and that's Hampton, VA, y'all. Hampton, VA. Um, what can we expect from this weekend? I see that this is the first intake card now where you're mixing in one-offs, where we got people like
Yes.
Caution at the top of the card. And it's dope to see Caution back. I see 6'8" verse 6'8" is on there. Is that Ounce? No, that's
That is
Deuce. My bad.
Deuce. That is
My bad.
Deuce.
These names is my bad. I posted it way too small.
I
I
had an
see it.
issue with names a long time ago, and the battlers. I sometimes I hate your
But
names.
these one-off flyers look like the divide and conquer flyers on the low with the ripped people on the sides. I like that. Well,
Yeah,
we leave that there. We leave that there. We leave that
probably
there.
our different graphic designer who did that,
Nah,
but
they dope. They dope. They dope. I see La G versus Peaches on here. I of course know who they are. Young Riddick versus Jesus Flair on here. I of course know who they are. I stood in front of all of those guys. And you got all these battles. But tell me what you're looking forward to this Saturday. What's your expectations? Because you got some talent on there. And you got like what's the total amount of battles? Is it like 15, 14,
16,
12?
16 battles.
How many?
16.
More than everything I said. Okay, great.
Yes. Oh
16.
wait, I'm not gonna tell you.
The record is 17 with us now, right?
Oh, I'm about to
Straight
kill
to a
your record.
volume 2.
I'm about to kill your record.
Get the fuck out of here, y'all
I'm about
bugging.
to kill your record in June. I'm not gonna say anything yet. I'm
Okay.
about to kill
More
your
power
record.
to y'all. All right. So this weekend is 16.
16 this weekend. So what I'm looking for, like I said, with especially with 1SKs, you know what I mean? We've always made it to where displaying the new talent, but the pressure of it. This is the other reason why lowering the time. Shout out to Caution and La G. I told Lawrence I hate the 5 minutes. I don't feel like it takes 5 minutes to know if somebody's good enough. So when they did that 3 hour prep battle in 3 minutes 30 seconds, Lawrence was like, you know what, Wayne, you might be right. So the added pressure with certain things is what I try to add to it. So adding let me double back. This was a card that the Bricks and I came up with back last year, maybe November, that we wanted to do for a brick card the first couple of months of 2023. So what we're doing right now is, for the most part, taking that card and breaking it up and putting it on the intake cards. Now, the reason for that is for the intake, the pressure of how the bricks work, that added pressure to have to, and each each cluster of battles has an intake, has a no way out battle in the middle of it. So that the first 3 battles will be intake, first 3 or 4 battles, and then you'll have a no way out battle. That second cluster, y'all got pressure because y'all got to begin and end with and keeping that same energy that the bricks bring.
Mm. I like that how you're running the event. That's creativity right there.
I'm
That's one thing
trying.
that leagues need to do. Bake it into your event as well, even as far as the lineup of how the battles unfold. That's creative. I like that.
I'm
So
trying. So
I tell you something that I really really like about the intake card this Saturday is I didn't know it was 40 until you said that 10 minutes ago, but there's a lot of there's a lot of bricks,
yes.
and there's some talented people that need to get their plates throughout the year. And
Mhm.
we always encourage people to go anywhere and everywhere. That we have non-exclusive deals over here, so people are allowed to battle anywhere, right?
Right.
But yet still somebody like a 6'8",
Mhm.
right? I think has been patiently waiting for his next RBE plate. So I think it's dope. A La G, you know what I'm saying? A G's LaFleur, who it was G's versus Sniper, right? That's what we did,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
And Sniper moved on and got signed and just was on Divide and Conquer Part 2 versus
Mhm.
J Slash. But that doesn't mean that G's LaFleur wasn't fire in that battle that we did in Atlanta. And I'm glad to see G's LaFleur back as well.
Right.
Young Riddick, Peaches. These are all people that I feel like deserve to continue to have their RBE plates. So I think that's real dope that you guys did with these one-offs on this card.
Mhm.
But all these other names is crazy. So you guys got like 16 battles this weekend, and we will be looking to see who's you're doing performance of the night again.
We are performer
Performer of the night.
of the night. We'll pick
Okay.
two.
Now, have you decided what performer of the night gets you? Is it a bag? Is it people that you're gonna put on the next card that
Yeah, they
ARP
will be.
develops? Have you decided what performer of the night means?
Yes,
Okay.
performer
Do you
of.
want to say it or do you want to hold it?
I want to hold it
You
because
want to
it's kind
hold it? I hold it. Hold it. Hold it.
of okay. It's
Hold
kind
it.
of
Hold it.
internal, but
Hold it. Hold it there.
yes, we are giving them the opportunity to be on the next major card.
Well, then you know what? Let me throw this out there.
Okay.
If you're performer of the night, the two performers of the night, let me know Saturday night.
Okay.
If I don't make it,
Okay.
if I'm there, I'm gonna hand them a bag myself. Meaning, yo, what's your cash app? Okay. So
Y'all heard it here.
yeah, I'm either gonna give you a cash app face to face, or if I can't make it, I need Wayne to give me the names, and I'm gonna cash app the two performers of the night.
Okay.
A little bag, just a little thank you for showing up and showing out to this
That's so
intake two
dope.
card.
That is
All
dope.
right. So let's add that. But all right, give me one big prediction for the event. Freestyle it, however you want to answer that. As far as whether you think this is going to be battle of the night, this person's a guarantee, this person that just give me just something that's going to stand out from this Saturday that you're looking forward to. What are you looking forward to the
I
most?
am okay. So let me also add to this. I need to add two things that I did not add. We do allow grandfather in battles as well. We do pink slips
I
for the
heard of
bricks.
those.
Okay, for the bricks, we're bringing those back.
I heard of those.
Um, NWO card, this no way out card. Depending on what people do, some people might be up for pink slips later, contracted or not contracted. So just letting people know that
Oh, the no way outs
for
as
the no
well.
way outs, yeah,
Oh
for
wow, pressure.
the
Okay, okay.
you can be grandfathered into the bricks, and also for the intake, all the intakes get one more shot to come back.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Every intake on this card is going to get another shot to return.
yes.
But what if they don't do well in 2 days on Saturday?
Oh no. Hold on. They get a shot to come back. That doesn't mean they come back in the next intake.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that doesn't
So
mean that.
you've seen enough. You've seen enough already to put them on this card and then guarantee them a second return, at least, regardless of when
Because
it is.
I feel like this is a learning process,
Okay,
and
got you.
getting in front of those every single break or every single 1SK that has come through has all said the same thing. It is different under those RBE lights. The bricks tell the intake or the new 1SKs that all the time. So, like I was saying earlier, they don't really understand till they're here. Some of the performances from the intake one, I felt like I saw better performances on your footage. See,
Okay.
so I will allow you that chance back. But like for instance, the example of K Venom and I Am Spoken. I Am Spoken could have battled anybody else that night and could have won. He just ran into K Venom.
Okay.
He
Okay.
deserved it.
I see what you're saying.
He
I see what
deserved to
you're
come
saying.
back. So I went
Okay.
ahead and brought him back.
Okay.
Um,
Well, now I
yeah,
see why these things are moving so fast. You already got one coming that's being promoted for June because it's 40 people on each card, and you're giving people opportunities to return. So you got a wicked pace that you already set for
hey, and I
yourselves
can
over there.
do this
So
all year as the weather permits, and I plan on doing it next year. This is the way to if you're looking to do 1SKs, this is the way to do the 1SK because we're having such great main event cards and brick cards that I'm just gonna be honest. I can't stand up there and y'all bombing. I'm
okay,
sorry.
I'll throw this one to you. That's on the screen right here.
Okay.
You see it?
Will we heck yeah, I almost said something else. Yes, He will be doing a No Way Out
Okay.
in June. I guess I can tell you that. Yes, he will be doing a No Way Out in June. Yes, he will.
Okay.
Again, the No Way Outs. It's this is when they're not on when the contracted bricks or we're not doing brick cars. This is a way for them to stay consistent throughout the year. So we don't forget our bricks and our contracted. This is a way for everybody to continue to battle consistently. They can it's an opportunity for them to headline cards. You see what I'm saying? So we're trying
Yeah.
along with uh, elevating. We're trying to make sure that our bricks, because when there's 40, that they have opportunities too. So that's what we're doing.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yes.
it's going down this Saturday, y'all. Go in the description of this video here if you need to get Winged or My or Lawrence or the Rare Breed Instagram. Follow all of us, y'all. Go to our pages, check out the flyer for the Saturday, get the address, be in the building. 16 battles, including 4 one-offs with people such as Caution taking on Raw Image and 6'8" getting back to work. And I'm glad to see the one-offs. I really, really am. I think that's so dope because it's one thing for us to put in the grind and add to the culture by giving a lot of this new up and coming talent these looks. But like you said, there's 40 bricks, and getting
Right.
some of these people their one-offs to get their footage and show RBE and show our fan base once again what they up to and what they doing, because
Mhm.
you can fall to the back. Let's be realistic, y'all. You could be a signed brick or you can be a regular brick and you can fall to the back. And they doing pink slips and all that type of stuff for sign, all of that too, y'all. You could fall to the back, but getting the opportunity to show why no, I deserve to be here and stay here is dope because we can't do everything. I will continue to say that. I don't want to act like RBE is perfect and we can feed the world. We can't. We can feed many, we have, but we can't feed all. It's
Right.
impossible, y'all. And I love that you guys are continuing to find ways to not only divide and conquer, but keep people active. I,
That part. That part.
I,
It is $40 at the door. This is the other thing that you were asking. This is bigger. ARP. This is bigger. This one
okay.
is bigger. It's bigger. It's the venue is bigger and everything. The intake was impressive enough the first time. The second time around,
You guys are building up something out there. That's dope.
we
I like
might be
that.
coming to Virginia. This might be
Maybe. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm never. I'm either just gonna pop up or I did that at one of the brick cars. Even Loco didn't
oh
think I
my
was there. I
God.
think he was bad. It might have been Ness or somebody. He said, "Man, I hate that you wasn't there, man. I had a bar," and I was like, I was standing right in the crowd, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like when Jay Jeans battle coach and everything, I was the one screaming in the back, like, "What y'all mean time limits? What y'all doing?" You see Jeans point. He's like, "Yo, AR, look, don't cut
Right,
it."
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll pop up. I'll pop up, man, and I'll enjoy the card. I get it when I don't book the card. Oh my god, I don't gotta work the
ERP
event
is
like
the
that.
whole thing.
Fan
The
mode,
whole thing.
fan, the brick by brick cards, like the one that had like Loco and XL. Man, I get to have a drink. I get to chill, sit in the back, relax, and just be a pure fan. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fan of everybody's work and let y'all stress out. And y'all do stress out on all the other cars too.
Right.
But I
I
be in a
mean,
fucking
because
tornado.
what intake 4? Oh, I was so stressed because they were late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was so mad at them. I was so mad at them. They're like, okay, we will never do that again. And that was the pink.
Well, with this, we're having 16 battles. Everybody that's in the building get there early. You're gonna keep seeing because you got 16 battles. If there's 3 battles on the card and 2 of them are late, then the event is like running slow as shit. But 16 battles, get there early because there's always gonna be something that's going down, y'all. So
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that was it. Watch as soon as I get off, I'll be forgetting something. Oh, make sure y'all go over to the Breakdown Crew Network, subscribe, so I can, and then we're gonna do the trivia. Be camera ready because I'm gonna pull you up so we can get these trivias done. We're gonna give you Lawrence and I are going to give you we're giving out 3 pay-per-views,
to the
but we got some
trenches
trivia questions for you.
for the easy and the
I'll let
trenches
you know.
card.
Hopefully,
Dope.
everybody went and watched that documentary for RBE on Rap Reddit because we're definitely pulling from questions from there. So
Dope, dope.
yeah.
All right, well, we in tune, and I'm putting a bag up for the two performers of the night for this Saturday. We looking forward to this. I think we
Oh,
might
they
have
done
finished
already put
dropping.
that in there. My phone is going crazy.
Yeah, I think we might have finished dropping all the intake part one footage already on the channel. So we already got all those battles out, I think.
That
So
was fast.
yeah, I think we got them all out, and we'll be looking to do the same for intake two. We're gonna be looking to roll those battles out along with the divide and conquer two battles. Why
Mhm.
not? Get Mook and K drop tomorrow, and then maybe by next Friday, whatever, get it in, get caution versus raw image dropping on a shit. Like, hey,
That's
you know what I'm
gonna
saying?
be so
Avo, man, we pay you good over here, Avo. I need my editing fast for the intakes. We pay you good over here, ruin your day. I
a
need
little
my intakes
backstory on
edited.
that battle because you remember Raw Image actually did the female one SK versus Lady Toon
Yeah.
on Max Out 2 that unfortunately never dropped. That was about, I think it was 2 weeks prep. They just wanted to, you know what I mean? And we were looking for females at that time.
I love what y'all are doing with the female. It's female. Shout
Yeah,
out to my little ball of energy, Tato.
yes. But Raw Image has a vendetta. They love each other to death, but Raw Image has a vendetta. Raw is feeling like at this time, this is my spot. So I'm interested to see what she's gonna do.
Okay. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Well, Saturday it is. And Winged, once again, thank you for everything. Thank you for coming up. I'm in tune. We in tune. And by the end of Saturday, we're gonna know what's what.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right, I'm out of here. We're going because we do Thursday shows too. So
Oh,
we're
my
gonna
bad. My
go over.
bad.
No. We don't start until usually 9:30. So no, you're fine. Yeah, we're gonna head on over and hope to see you this weekend.
Appreciate you as always, love.
All
RBE
right,
shit. You know how we rock.
absolutely. All right.
All right, later. All right, y'all. That was Wayne that came up. I would ask Lawrence to come up, but he would probably ignore my text message and shit. Motherfucker live in the shadows. But yeah, I'm glad that I think that's the first time that Winged and I both in front of a camera got the opportunity to really talk about some of the behind the scenes details of RBE, some of the process that we're really, bringing to the forefront over these last like 2 years now with the brick by brick cars, the intake cars, the 1SKs, because it started with just the 1SKs and look at the evolution of it now. Like I really, really mean it when I say they got their own like little section, not even little. It's like they got another building that they built over there and it's dope. But those residents come over and be in this building too. There's now two buildings. It's just crazy. So shout out to Lawrence and Wing once again. This Saturday, y'all. Once again, if you're in Hampton, VA, or anywhere close, pull up, be in a building. 16 battles. Four of them are one-offs. I think that's gonna be dope. Tomorrow we will be dropping Murder Mook versus Big K on the channel here at 7 p.m. Eastern. It does include new footage and new angles that were not on the stream or the VOD. Shout out to Ruin Your Day for that. The intro and all that, and the slow. I watched it like 3-4 times. It's dope. So shout out to Ruin Your Day on that one. Stay tuned, stay subscribed because we're going to continue to roll out all these battles from Divide and Conquer 2, as well as the Intake 2 card that's happening less than what, like 48 hours from now or whatever. So yeah, be in the building, y'all, and be on the channel, y'all. I appreciate y'all. RBE shit as always. What else do I need to close out with? Nah, it's too early to tell y'all any of that shit. Yeah, stay subscribed, y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out here.